You know what I miss in Hearthstone? Deathrattles. I loved playing an egg and then cracking it and then summoning as many 4/4s as possible, but unfortunately, there are just not a lot of Deathrattle decks in Hearthstone. Until now. Alright, I don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna go through this as quickly as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, by the way, but I have to tell you guys, I tried finding information on this deck on the Hearthstone websites, and I can't find anything about it. Like, I'm looking all over for DK decks, I'm looking for Unholy DK, and the only Unholy DK decks that I can find are really bad lists that have like a 44% win rate. This deck has a freaking 40% win rate, but it's not Unholy, so I don't know why I'm bringing this up. But I am really trying to find a good Deathrattle deck because we got a lot of Deathrattle support in this expansion, and it is just not going anywhere, unfortunately. Death Knight is all about Rainbow DK, which is cool and all of that, but what about, you know, these other ideas? Plague DK is the other deck that is kind of, you know, taking over the spot for Unholy DK, even though it doesn't really run a lot of Deathrattles. I just keep seeing this bad list running around that runs like one tube trader, and I do not understand why everybody is going all in on the Plagues. Like, yes, there are some pretty good utilizations for this kind of deck, but I really don't believe this is the best version that people can be playing. So that is why I am here to tell you guys that this is the best version of this deck to be playing. Like, I feel like the reason why people have the Tomb Trader in here is because they're like, hey, we got Plagues in the deck and we want removal, right? Wrong. I don't think we want removal in a deck like this. I feel like all we care about is just sticking a gigantic board out of nowhere, but I'm gonna be honest, this deck really isn't that good, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to have a big asterisk somewhere on this video talking about how good is Unholy DK really. And the main reason that we're talking about this deck is because the conversation surrounding triple rune cards is kind of sad right now, to where there really is not a reason to run any triple rune decks. Frost DK, Unholy DK, Blood DK, they're all extremely underwhelming because they feel like they just don't have enough resources to enable these kind of archetypes. And especially with Marrowgar rotating out to Wild, there is not really a reason to play Unholy DK unless you are going all in on buffing up like some kind of sticky board. And if you want a sticky board, you need Deathrattle minions. And that's why the new cards from Perils of Paradise make so much sense in a deck like this, because you're giving Deathrattle minions Reborn, you're summoning the best 2-drop that Death Knight has available to it right now, you know, killing a minion, summoning essentially 4/4 in stats total after this card, you know, gets its value. Like, it's a 2-mana 4/4. It's a very effective card. But I can't help it, man. I love Nerubian Egg. This used to be the best card in the game, and if you were like looking at this card wondering how on earth is that possible, man, you need to realize that Zoo Warlock and just like Direwolf Alpha, all these great cards that would enable the egg were just so good back in the day. And I just miss that Nerubian Egg is not the powerhouse card that it used to be, because every single time I think of cards like Death Growl, ways of manipulating Deathrattles to one degree or another, you have Nerubian Egg. And Hearthstone really tried. They really tried to bring back the egg with cards like Terrible Chef, to where it's like an egg, but now you kill this minion and you get the 4/4 from it. So I think that's a really funny idea, but unfortunately, this kind of deck is really winning in one of 3 ways. You're winning with an all-out aggressive board and your opponent does not have an AoE, and then you can use Grave Strength to buff your board. You can use Hell Yeah and Plagues in order to run away with the game, in order to potentially bully druids that want to draw through their deck very quickly. And then the last way to usually win this game is by doing something with Yelling Yodeler. But I've got some bad news. You can't run Reska because Reska does have a Frost rune in it. So it is very sad you don't have that kind of shenanigans or that kind of capabilities, but doubling up cards with like Calvadir, for example, this is a great Deathrattle to utilize. And one synergy that is very important to note, let's say I have 2 Calvadirs on the field, okay? I play Death Growl on one of those, so now the second Calvadir now has 2 Deathrattles of shuffling Plagues into the deck. If I were to play the Yelling Yodeler on that minion that essentially has 2 Deathrattles, I am going to be shuffling 8 Plagues into the deck. That is a lot of Plagues, because you are triggering that Deathrattle twice. You are essentially shuffling 4 and then shuffling another 4. And if you have even more value from your Death Growls, there's a lot of potential from Yelling Yodeler giving you a lot of value. Now, granted, it is very dependent on your curve, but if you can like hit like a Nerubian Egg into this, also not that bad. But one other card that I feel like is very important is a card like Speaker Stomper, because you need to stop your board from being destroyed. And this is why I'm not really a fan of the Trader, for example, because I would rather lock out my opponent's spells when I'm already got a really sticky board, because this deck has one of these situations to where your opponent probably doesn't want to trade into the board all too often, especially if you have a bunch of value with your Reborn Deathrattle minions, because one minion will die, bringing out another minion, and then you're effectively giving your opponent corpses for them to enable the Grave Strength. So this deck kind of has like this weird circumstance where it looks like it is completely unplayable or completely unlosable if you go up against a deck to where sticking Deathrattles is effective. Is this a deck that you should spend your dust on if you are trying to grind the ladder as quickly as possible? I would argue no. But if you're someone that loves Deathrattles, loves Death Knight, or really for some reason just loves the Unholy cards that are available to it, this is a deck I would recommend for a fun legend grind. It is still very hard to beat the Zilliaxes of the world with a deck like this. But the last thing that I'll mention is the mulligan of this deck, because it's very straightforward. You just want to keep your 1-drops like your Salesman, your Sapphire Primus. You want to keep the Buccaneer, the Calvadeer, the Handler, the Mining Casualties. You probably don't want to keep Nerubian Egg unless you specifically have coin and have a Yelling Yodeler enabled in your hand. I would only keep Yodeler on coin, and if you have another Deathrattle to help support it. And against a slower matchup or against a deck like Druid, keeping Hell Yeah is absolutely fine, but those are probably going to be the most important cards to keep. Generally speaking, the mulligan of this deck is very dependent on the matchups, but you'll keep Hell Yeah against anything that wants to draw quickly. You'll keep your early game minions against, you know, other threatening aggro decks, and then you'll keep, you know, your plague cards in order to enable this very good synergy against most decks, because you just need your win condition, right? And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check out the Patreon, because one day we will get out of the studio apartment. I am putting it out there. It's gonna happen one of these days. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. Back in my day, quest rewards were 5 mana instead of excavate rewards being 4 mana. Okay, wait a minute. Hell Yeah just wins against the Druid, does it not? This is just Curve. Wait a minute. I like Curve. Eggs! Wait a minute. I'm breakfast, bro. Anybody hungry for some eggs? Back in my day, the graphics were so bad that the video games have triangle boobs, not circle boobs. You want to know something? Back in my day, the graphics were so bad, but the video games were actually good. Go ahead, youngins. Dispute that claim. What? Breaks the character? So why is that? Huh? What happened to the games? Yeah, that's actually a tweet right there. Back in my day, the graphics were bad, but the video games were actually well produced. Alright, well, I just win now. Whammo. Crack them egg. Crack them eggs. What a terrible chef. Imagine if you served that to a customer. He'd be dead. He'd be sued. Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite game after all these years. You know, I never really tried Final Fantasy Tactics. The last Final Fantasy game I really played, in terms of like, when they, okay, the last Final Fantasy game is in like, the latest one that I played in the series was Final Fantasy 13. And that was like such a fucking bad game. That was an unbelievably bad game. I don't think I really care about this. You have the combo in hand? Well, the plagues will win this game. Ah, crap. Thanks to your childhood will always feel good, nostalgia and shit. Well, I mean, Mario 64 is nostalgia and it's a great game, but it is, you know, it is such a better game than so many other titles that come out nowadays. It's not even about it being nostalgic. It's that back in the day, or at least most games back in the day, you could not release a bad product because people wouldn't buy it. But that's just not how it is nowadays. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be shuffling plagues, but I feel like this just wins, does it not? This having Reborn is actually nuts. Because there's just a lot of like 1/1s that can get in the way of the Chalice now. Omega Sticky, dude. Back in my day, the graphics were 16-bit and hotter than your grandma's overcooked food. Dude, no one could play the original Ninja Turtles. On the NES, literally impossible. Mario 64 is objectively better than Ukulele. I also agree with that. I mean, Mario 64 is the best platformer. It's not even up for conversation. Okay, the amount of value that I'm getting is kind of crazy. The value. Good lord. Okay, at some point, you have to draw a plague, right? You have to draw a plague now. It must happen. There are so many plagues in the deck. How have you not drawn a plague? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have drawn 13 of your cards. There are 7 more in your hand. There are literally only 10 cards in your deck. There's no way I am dead. I did the thing. Only plagues. Come on, man. Where are the plagues? This game is coded so that Druid can win. Well, hold on a minute. My minions, dude. My minions are like actually doing a lot of work right now. If my minions weren't here, I would be dead. And even with the, oh wait, with another chalice, if he has the other chalice, I am actually exactly dead. No way. No way, right? Ha ha ha. You guys said I was dead. Get rolled, loser. Get in the car, loser. You're about to get plagued. For the love of God, draw a plague. He kills me now? How? You can't draw a card. You like quite literally cannot draw a card. Okay, stop that right now. For the love of God, draw a plague next turn. This guy is actually a pro dodger. This is not okay. Down with this ship, for the love of God, brother. I mean, I gotta go with the best chances, right? Do I just kill the minion or just go face? Fuck it. He has to die. He literally has to die. There ain't no fucking way I am this unlucky, right? 3 plagues. I don't know how many are in the deck. What? There's no way you draw a spell. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, how are you not dead? Thank you. Oh my God. Finally. Ooh, wait a minute. Do I greed this? I guess the warrior, all the eggs. I want it, dude. He's an MLB MVP. Agalon. There we go. Sounds like a Game of Thrones character. All right, double weapon's kind of bad. I think this mulligan was a bit greedy, for sure. But if I get like mining casualties, mining casualties, damn. All right. Well, we'll just roll the egg this way. I run Agarlong, so warriors don't draw a chemical spell. Well, here's the thing about that. Like, you have to play it on turn 4, and they also need to not have it already in hand. Like, Agarlon is such a cool card, but it's just kind of unreasonable to expect it to do more than... Wait, hold on. So we do this for sure. But the question becomes next turn, do we want 4/4s or do we want plagues? If I had hell yeah, we would go for plagues immediately, but we don't. Okay, he's killing the egg. I guess this makes my decision easier. Ooh. Reborn it up? Yeah, I gotta reborn it up. I don't have the mana for, I don't have mana for the Death Growl right now. Maybe I could do something with Acolyte of Death, Hero Power next turn, or drawing some cards. This is undead, right? Yeah, good synergies. We got the Crab Rave. Let's go, man. What's the difference between the Chemical Spell Zilliax combo this expansion versus last expansion? The fact that Zilliax was 9 mana, and it would disenergize with a few other cards. But it was just the fact that no one, like, there was no, okay. The reason why no one ran Chemical Spell Zilliax was because you didn't have ways of bringing it back. So it was like, what was really the point? You could bring it out early on, but it didn't automatically win the game like it does now. Because you have a way of getting a bunch of hydration station value. You had Inventor Boom, but Inventor Boom wasn't enough of a reason to run a card like Chemical Spill. Warrior was kind of already on top of the meta. Okay, let's go. I need to draw a really good card here. Hell yeah, would be fantastic. Another Death Growl. I am never keeping this card in my mulligan ever again. And now we have Hydration Station. Yogg was also played a lot. But the big question is, why not Chemical Spill on turn 5 to prevent the Yogg from stealing it? But that would be the only reason to play Chemical Spill in the previous meta. And it's not exactly a good reason. This is a bit of a predicament. And this is why I usually don't play decks like this. But then again, I mulliganed badly. If I can get a Deathrattle card, I have good value here. But I'm about to go up against a Warrior. A Reno Warrior, nonetheless. And he's about to coin a turn 8, which means it's 100% going to be Bran. So we are going to do everything in our power to infect him with voodoo. We're inflicting voodoo on this guy right now. Infecting him with our minds. You are going to draw a Frost Plague, Sewer. Oh, he doesn't draw the Frost Plague. Well, there goes my voodoo magic. I'm so good at this game, I hate it. I hate how I just see this shit coming like a mile away. But hey-yo, that's a good card. All right, start drawing some freaking plagues. Draw it. Draw the plague. I'm not even joking anymore. Freaking draw it. Yes. It's never arena DK. I would not call this an arena deck. What? Is it arena deck because it has Deathrattles? I'm sorry, but I see Nerubian Egg and I love Nerubian Egg. I love me some Nerubian Eggs. Oh, why? Oh, okay. Top deck the Calvadier. Oh my god! Yo. Dope. And it's before the Reno turn. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Very nice. It's before the Reno turn. All right, maybe we got a shot now. Play Grave Strength rather than Death Growl Eliza for the permanent +3. Well, I mean, is there another reason why we're all in on Unholies? There's not even like another one, right? Yeah, it's just this. I guess we could. If you really wanted to run Eliza. But we also would have to fit in like the Ghoul's Knight or something, right? Should return this one, yeah? Wait a minute, this shuffles 4 plagues, dude. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dude. That's just lethal. Yeah, I think Grave Strength might be better than Eliza. All right, good start. Had a 20 attack Amalgam on turn 6. Nice. Did it have Lifesteal? Check it Sade's deck. He played a top 50 legend, had a 70% win rate. Wait, what deck? We talk about this one? Oh, Pirate Shaman? Yeah, I can see Pirate Shaman being okay. It seems that a lot of people are playing a lot of different lists. Was he playing the one with muck pools? Is he a muck gamer? The same rank for 3 hours. How steep is it? It's the end of the season. Playing Evolve Shaman. Okay, so he's playing muck. It's Pirate Shaman with an Evolve package. Like, yeah, it's technically Evolve Shaman to a degree, but it's also not. All right, just stick a board, stick a board, stick a board. Yeah, the Pirate Shaman might be next. I'm just trying to play the decks I haven't really tested yet. Oh, he's crying. He's gonna be spilling next turn. So I just lose now, right? Like, I actually can't stop this. You know? That's bad. Chemical Spell just Omega punishes me. I played my version of Evolve more like a tempo deck, easy climb to legend. Nice, man. I already have the list, Hixa. I'm already aware of it. I saw it on Donkey. He's doing the thing. I've lost. I have lost the game. There is nothing I can do now. It is over. It is ogre is what it is. Okay, well, maybe if I play Hell Yeah, and I don't lose the board. You know, hold on a minute. Imagine running threads of this deck. That'd be such a bad idea, though. It'd be such a bad idea. But it's a reason to go Blood Rune. That's the only reason why I suggested it. Be kind of interesting. Bonk. All right, well. Am I doing an 11-star stream? More so just playing good decks. And trying to raise my rank. I was sitting at like 7K earlier. And seeing Clark HELLSCREAM at 7K is like finding a unicorn. It doesn't happen very often. Now you might be asking yourself, Clark HELLSCREAM, how many unicorns have you seen? Wait a minute. Doesn't happen that often. Have me raising an eyebrow over there. How many unicorns have you seen? Exactly one. Exactly one. I can't tell you under the circumstances which I saw it, but I've seen a unicorn. I'm fucking with you guys, by the way. I haven't actually seen a unicorn. All right, go all in with Plagues. We have a way to win now. Yeah, my streamer lies. Narwhals are basically sea unicorns. Okay, good point, but I've never actually seen a narwhal before. I mean, I've seen pictures of them, but I've never seen a narwhal in person. Was she a good unicorn? She was. I always confuse that skin with the hunter class. What, this one? This being a hunter skin? It's way too red. I've seen Norris before, but no narwhals. Narwhals swimming in the ocean. All right, I want Death Grail. I said, you know, I want to card draw this turn. And card draw is what I shall have. Okay, there we go. All right, so top deck, Death Growl next turn, and we are cooking. We gotta have like, dude, hold on a minute. I wasn't a believer in this deck. Grave Strength or no balls, there's no reason to play Grave Strength. Because, like, he's in a false sense of security. And we can just keep making the stickiest boards possible here. This is actually, this is a lot better than I wanted to give credit. I thought, wait a minute, we just lose the Warrior, but he played the Zilliax, and now we have a way of maybe coming back? If there's no Boom or Hydration Station, Grifta out for Frosty K. Frosty K just feels really bad to play with Zilliax. Honestly, dude, I like your list. But then again, wait a minute. You're trying to run the Calvadir. Is Calvadir not a rune anymore? Is it not a blood rune anymore? Queuing into memes. Sonya, Scam Rogue with Tidepool, Pixie, Griftad, Incendious. Wait, what? Sonya Rogue with Incendious? Dude, I'm the only person who have done that so far. There's someone else trying that? That's amazing. That's actually amazing. I hope he wins the next one. Okay, now I kind of have to Grave Strength. So if I get a Grave Strength, or if I get a Death Growl, dang it. Death Growl. Come on, Death Growl. Come on, Death Growl. I guess I can take another Grave Strength. Ah, there we go. That's better. Honestly, dude, your list looks fine. The biggest thing that's really bringing down Frosty K is just its matchup spread. You probably have a good shot against like aggro decks, but anything that like gains armor, it just feels really difficult to stick a board against them. You know what I mean? All right, finally a Death Growl. And that's 4 plagues. Dude, why is this working so well? Why is this working so well? Oh, wait a minute, that's 8 plagues! And then there's wow. Yeah, it's actually 8 plus another 2. Oh my god. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to my opponent actually drawing a bunch of plagues. Yo, what's going on, Kapalua? Yeah, all the people that were spamming Z Streamer, thank you. You guys are doing exactly what I asked for in the Discord. In case anyone thinks I'm being BM'd right now. And to an extent, wait a minute! He didn't kill the right one. He did not kill the right one. He did not kill the right one. He killed the wrong one. You think he'll draw 15 plagues and die from 30? You think it's doable? Does anyone think it's possible? Brother, what are you doing? Why would... This feels pretty good. So that's two more blood plagues right there. So what is his goal to like not play cards now? Hold on a minute. Have I been gimped? I don't think so. He's gonna have to play another card.
Deserved. My God, what are you doing? Clark,
Frostplague is up to 10, or can it be 11 mana? No, the card on Frostplague says up to 10 mana. Oh my god. Okay, so he gets another Zilliax. That's actually kind of a problem. Oh god, okay. I really need all the 1/1s that I can muster. Alright, one less plague he needs to draw. Alright, there's no way that he could just keep 10 cards this entire time, right? It's just not feasible. What do I think about Zarimi Priest? Zarimi Priest, I have said from the very beginning, is good. It's just whether or not you want to run minimal new cards. But Zarimi Priest could also struggle against the Zilliax, so that's why some people just don't play it. Can be a bit, you know, unfun to play that against the Warriors. He's just gonna play cards that give cards. I mean, as a Warrior? Warrior doesn't have cards that give other cards. At least not in hand. They have cards that add stuff into the deck. It's basically bottom right with turn Zill. Okay, well here's the thing, dude. This game was a turn 5 Zilliax. Turn 4, actually. Because didn't he coin it out? Has he played Fizzle yet? He has not. He played Zola, though. I think bro is, like, actually, like, I'm starstruck. I think I lose. How many plagues? A lot. I don't know. But a lot. I, like, actually shuffled, like, 18 in the course of 2 turns. I'm, like, not even kidding. There are so many plagues in this deck, I don't know how many there are. Is he just gonna just keep no cards? Brother, this ain't sustainable. Figure it out, brother. You don't have the time to just sit here and push the button, right? You have to play a card. Otherwise, every single thing that I play on this board will stick and it will hit you in the face. He's already played a Hydration Station. He burned Boom earlier. How many cards in his deck? 47. That's how many plagues we've put into the deck. He's got 47 cards. I guess we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically 8, 9. He's added 1, so back to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He drew a card and didn't draw a plague. Oh my god, he's milling his hand. Or he's milling his deck. Wait a minute. Okay, alright. Sleep Under the Stars, sure. But it's still the same problem of this board's not dying. So whatever you summon, right? Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work with that. Damn. Wait, what? What, did I try to hit this or something? It's like, I clicked face. Why does it say I can't target that minion? There's at least 30 in there. There's a lot. Yeah. I think 30 is a pretty safe guess, but I lost track of I'm not even going to count it, man. Fuck it. Yep, there's the Zilliax. Just kill the 4/4. What are you thinking about? He's killing the value card? Alright, now he just has to die. Zilliax? Zilly? Zilly? Oh, god damn it. Makes out 2 of them if I remember right. Nope, only the 1. Dude, this game is like actually over. It has to be. From 27 to 0. Keep going. Keep going. Keep it coming. Yes! Don't stop! Can't stop addicted to the shindig. Got literal bombs in this guy's deck. You know I'm gonna win big. He fucked himself. He's gotta keep drawing cards. Bro, there's nothing he can do. What do you mean he fucked himself? I mean, I guess earlier, yeah, cause he allowed me to duplicate the the 8 shuffle twice. Like, oh my god, man. He can play a random Tony. Oh my god, if Tony comes down, I'm selling my Hearthstone account. He already played the Crown, actually, so I don't think that's even doable. What did he even get from the Crown? I don't remember. Did he play Crown? Yeah, he played Crown. All right, dead. Has to be dead. You have to be dead from this point. It is death. It is lethal. GG. Oh my god, how are you alive? He's back at 10 cards again, but the point still stands. He can't play a card. All right. Zilliax. Down with the ship. Is down with the ship actually lethal? Come on, Zilliax. Come on, Zilliax. God damn it. All right, we're killing him. It's happening now. It's happening now. 2 plagues, all we need. GG. 1 and 2. Okay. So he's dead. He is dead. Where's my Zilliax? Where's my Zilliax? Where's my Zilliax? There he is! There's my boy! I can finally end this game. But you wanna know what? There we go. Justice has been served. Justice has finally been served. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, give me some love. That game was hell. Balls confirmed. Nah, dude, I had to do that to prove I'm not the unluckiest player in the world. Jesus, man. Imagine missing that. He only drew 8. I know, right? That's crazy how he only drew 8. I really wanted like a 30-0. I've never had that happen with Plague DK before. The Warrior's done with Hearthstone for the day for sure. He played Zilliax on turn 4.